Hello, Beartooth Bears. Happy Friday to you. You've made it. It's another end of a week, and we are on manner number 3. So, manner number 3 is all about what to do when you meet new people. And we've talked about a couple of these things already. So, one of the first things you want to do when you meet somebody new is shake their hand. You want to reach your hand out. Now, when you shake your hand, this is the part that's new. When you shake their hand, and for those of you that haven't practiced it, you want your thumb to be up like this as you go in to shake their hand. Because if your thumb is down, they might grab over your thumb, and you want your thumb up. It's okay if your finger's a little bit apart, but your thumb needs to be up. Okay, that's number 1. As the person goes to grab your hand, this is hard for me to show with my hand how it is because it doesn't line up, but thumbs should match like this, right? And now this hand squeezes around the other person's, and my fingers don't bend this way because it's my own hand, but they should wrap around the bottom of this hand right here. So I go this way and we squeeze, and then we shake. Okay, and notice our thumbs. Our thumbs are on top of each other this way. So your thumb goes in and meets, we call this the web of your finger right here, because it's kind of like a little web, like a duck foot that has a stronger web that they connect way up here. But this is like our little webbing right here. So those parts meet. The webbing of somebody else's hand meets the webbing of your hand. You put it right there. Then you can put your thumbs down and you squeeze. And you give a firm grip. You don't try to break their knuckles and squeeze real hard and hurt them, but you squeeze it. Now, I see some kids that are squeezing with this part of their hand, and so their hand does like this. We don't want to squeeze this way. We squeeze with our fingers this direction. So our wrists stay straight. I can't even show this. Our wrists stay straight this way, and we squeeze with our hand, kind of like that. And it doesn't have to be super hard, but you want to get it firm. And here's the other little rule that we don't talk about very much. So when you shake their hand, you should squeeze their hand with the same amount of pressure that they're squeezing your hand with. So if they come in and they go with a real strong grip right away, you want to match it and have a strong grip. If they go with a little bit lighter grip, then you want to squeeze a little bit lighter. So you kind of do what they're doing. And then you greet them and you say, hello, nice to meet you. Again, you want to use sir or ma'am. If you know their name, use their name. And again, we make eye contact. So those are the 2 parts of that handshake that you already knew. So when you meet new people, we shake hands and greet each other by using their last name or by using sir or ma'am. And I say last name for you guys because you're kids. Now, sometimes when I meet people for the first time, I will still say, oh, hello, Mr. Niemeyer, it's good to meet you. And I will use their last name, even if they might even be somebody younger than me. There are some students here that I call them by last name as well, just because I like to practice it sometimes. And sometimes I forget first names and remember last names better. So I use names kind of interchangeably. And again, because I'm an adult, I can use adults' first names. You probably shouldn't. Now, here's the exception to that rule. If you have a family friend, like I'm going to pick one of your teachers. Let's say, I'm trying to think of another teacher that has some kids that are maybe around my age. Let's say Miss Miller down in 2nd grade, because both of her kids are about the same age as my 2 kids. So if I were seeing Mrs. Miller, I would call her by her first name. Now, if my kids are hanging out with Miss Miller's kids and they go up and greet her and say hello to her, I would ask them to say, and I hope this is okay, I asked them to use their first name, and Miss Miller's first name is Amber. So I would have them call her Miss Amber, right? Instead of Miss Miller, because we're not at school and they are friends and they know her and they spend a lot of time. So I would ask them to call her Miss Amber, not Mrs. Miller, not just Amber. That's too informal. I want them to say Ms. Miller and get it the right way. It just shows respect. And then if she wants to say, hey, listen, you can call me just Amber, that's okay. Then my kids can make that choice. But at first, they keep it more formal that way. Same thing with Miss Roberts. My son hangs out with Miss Roberts' child all the time. And so he would call her by her first name too and use Mrs. and her first name. And other times, if he knows her well enough because they've had lots of time at his house and at her house, they can just use her first name if she says that's okay. But you wait until the adult says that's okay. So those are kind of some rules for greeting new people. Handshake, keep it firm, look them in the eye, and use their name. It's so important, and it really sets you up to be one notch above the rest of everybody else, above the crowd. I saw one of our students yesterday, a 5th grader, that had a shirt on that said, in a world full of 10s, be an 11. That's really what we're striving for at Beartooth, is that there are kids out there, that there are a lot of good kids. We want you guys to be one step above. In a world of 10s, be an 11. Be a Beartooth Bear. We'll see you on Monday. Have a great day today. Talk to you soon.